Okay, hi, I'm oh.
2, 1.
Are you ready? Okay. Hi, I'm here with Ryan Posey of the law firm of Posey Lebowitz. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm very excited. So we're going to be talking about your business, your local business, and I think that's really important in our community to promote those local businesses. But first, why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm Ryan Posey. I grew up in Ohio and then made my way down to Florida State and then to Harvard Law School. Practiced at a giant law firm and then decided when I came to DC that I wanted to practice in a more smaller, more boutique firm. Got my some really good experience and found a partner who has been a great business partner of mine. We've been at our firm for about 8 years, and we do a lot of high-end personal injury litigation and civil litigation for small businesses and individuals.
Awesome, awesome. So it sounds like you guys are probably super busy.
Super busy.
Yeah.
Everybody has some sort of problem that comes up, and we like to be able to, address those problems and help people whenever it comes up, because you have problems in the middle of the night, you have problems that are time sensitive, and we have to be ready to respond.
Yeah. Okay, so you told us a little bit about your business. So what made you guys decide to start up your own business and kind of break away from those larger law firms?
Yeah, there were 2 reasons. Number one is we wanted to have more of the autonomy and control over our business. That means, being able to decide which cases that we take and which cases that we turn down. We wanted to be able to, choose our business that it also works around our family. I'm also a father of 2 and 1 more on the way, which is very exciting for us. So my partner Jake and I, we both are fathers first and lawyers second, and we wanted to have that autonomy to have our firm and to be able to have our families, and this is the way that we can do that and be able to have a thriving business. The second reason is really that we love to have the personal contact and the personal connection with our clients.
Yeah.
Some of them are going through some of the toughest times in their lives, having been injured or lost a family member, or their business is on the ropes, and we like to be able to be the person to be their sounding board, to talk to them, to help solve their problem. In a bigger firm, oftentimes you're representing huge corporations, you don't see the people behind it.
Yeah.
And we just feel so much joy and pleasure that we get to actually represent people and to help them.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, people must be super grateful for you and to have that sounding board. I mean,
Yeah. It's oftentimes we're acting as both a lawyer and as a sort of counselor, where we're hearing people's problems that they haven't been able to express to anyone, or that they don't want to feel like they're a burden on someone, and they can tell us. We want to know all the details of how this impacted them.
Yeah. Well, it has to be super important too for you guys to know all that.
Right.
To present those cases.
The absolutely most important thing is that we have to be able to take what happened to them and express it to other people, whether it's a court or to an insurance company or to other lawyers, and to be able to make sure that other people can understand what they went through, even if it's tough for them to relay.
Yeah. So what motivates you guys? Hearing all these stories day after day, and it's got to be emotionally and physically exhausting. So what keeps you guys motivated?
Yeah, it's exhausting at times. The pace of litigation and trying to keep all these balls up in the air, but it's never exhausting to be the sounding board for someone, because we know that these people who come to us with their difficult times in their lives that we're able to help with, that this is part of the help, that working through it and thinking through what are the legal outcomes. I mean, I'm not a therapist, so I can't really be giving them any sort of therapy, but I can be telling them about what kinds of resolution can you get to legally, and if that brings any closure to them when their legal case is over, then that brings us a lot of relief too, and it doesn't get exhausting to hear these things. It really motivates us to want to get the clients the best result we can.
Yeah. And do you guys, I would think, like, when you're forming those relationships, do you guys stay in touch after these cases? Do you guys, like,
Absolutely.
do they become like friendships, or is that crossing a line, or is it just kind of staying in touch and making sure they're okay?
I can tell you two things. Number one is that most of our work comes from referrals from past clients. So somebody had a great experience and then they send their friends or their family to us. Number two, we do have friendships that result out of this, and I don't think I'm talking out of school to tell you that my partner is married to his former client. So he represented someone in an injury case, and then they stayed in touch, and they've been married for 10 years now.
Oh wow, okay, well, that's a cool story.
Not going to happen to most clients.
Yeah.
But,
Yes. Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
So I saw that part of your studying was in Sweden.
Yeah.
That's a cool fact. So can you talk a little bit about what it was like living in Sweden?
Yeah. So my wife is half Swedish, half American. Her mother grew up in Bethesda, moved to Sweden, met a Swedish guy and stayed there. And then my wife was raised in Sweden, came to the US, met me, and we decided we were going to stay here, but we wanted to first spend some time in Sweden so we could, I could learn some of the language, and she could do grad school, and we could sort of say that I have some connection there. And I studied international commercial arbitration at Stockholm University, which is a mouthful. I've had the opportunity to arbitrate a few cases and actually use those skills that I developed there.
Oh, cool.
But it was really a great experience for getting to know the Swedish culture, and we're raising our kids bilingual here in Swedish and English here in Virginia, and so it's great to be able to understand a little bit of what they're saying.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my maiden name is Larson.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm supposedly Swedish, so
Right.
it's on my bucket list
Definitely.
to visit. So that's why I was curious. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's a really great place to visit too, and you don't have to know any Swedish because they all speak English.
Yeah, do that. Okay. That's awesome though, having your children learn that and embrace the culture, and I'm assuming you guys go visit.
Oh yeah. Every other year we do Christmas there, and then Maria takes the boys every 8 months or so for a week or two.
Awesome. Well, tell us some things that you and your family like to do in this area. We're talking about like Northern Virginia, West Springfield, Burke area. What are some things that you guys enjoy about this area?
In the past couple years, we've really tried to get outside as much as possible, and we love finding new trails, and we've for a while we were going every single weekend, maybe for a whole year. We never had to go on the same trail twice, and so we love getting outside, being in the woods, being in nature. My kids love geocaching, which is going and finding these little hidden treasures in the woods.
Yeah.
And I also love running. I'm doing the Cherry Blossom 10 miler in a week and a half, and so we like to be outdoors. We like to basically just take advantage of the beautiful nature around here.
Yeah, you can't get bored with the trails or parks or even the playgrounds. Like with my kids home last year, I know like every single playground in the area now, because it's like that's all we could do. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, if people, I guess while we wrap up, what's the best way if people wanted to consult with you or anything, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way for people to get in touch with me is to send me an email. All my contact information is on our website, poseylebowitz.com or dclaw.net. It's the same, it'll go to the same place. And to email me and say, do you have time that you could talk? How about tomorrow at 2 p.m.? I respond to an email right away. Sometimes the phone is ringing and it's tough to pick up, but if I make an appointment, I'll call you at that time. Just send me an email and ask for a time, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. This has been wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it was great to talk to you.
You too.
Yeah.